The Battle of the Pockets was a series of intense engagements that took place during the final stages of the Battle of Bataan in World War II, specifically between March and April 1942. These pockets, small but strategically significant areas, were pockets of resistance where U.S. and Filipino forces continued to hold out against the Japanese Imperial Army, even as the rest of the Bataan Peninsula was gradually falling to the enemy. 1. Strategic importance of the pockets. By March 1942, the majority of the Bataan Peninsula had been overrun by Japanese forces. However, small, isolated areas of resistance, known as the pockets, remained. These pockets were typically located in hills and ravines, offering natural fortifications that could be used to slow down the Japanese advance. The defenders, mainly Filipino and American troops, used these positions to continue harassing the enemy and delaying the inevitable surrender. 2. The Japanese assault on the pockets. The Japanese, realizing that pockets of resistance were still holding out, launched a series of coordinated assaults to wipe out the last remaining U.S. and Filipino forces in these strongholds. Over the course of several weeks, Japanese artillery, infantry, and airstrikes systematically attacked each pocket, forcing the defenders to retreat or surrender. The pockets often consisted of small units of soldiers, sometimes as few as 100 or 200 men, who were cut off from reinforcements and supplies. Despite the overwhelming Japanese forces, the defenders fought tenaciously, holding off enemy attacks for days or even weeks. The pockets became symbols of courage and desperation, where soldiers held their ground against a superior enemy until all resources were exhausted. 3. The collapse of the pockets. By April 9, 1942, the resistance in the pockets had crumbled under the pressure of continuous Japanese assaults. The defenders, suffering from severe food shortages, disease, and exhaustion, were no longer able to continue the fight. As a result, the final pockets fell, and Bataan was surrendered to the Japanese. The Bataan Death March, which followed the surrender, marked the grim aftermath of the battle. However, the defenders of the pockets left a legacy of heroism, showing the world the incredible resilience and determination of the American and Filipino soldiers in the face of overwhelming odds. 4. Aftermath and legacy. While the Battle of the Pockets ultimately resulted in a Japanese victory, it delayed the fall of Bataan and allowed U.S. and Filipino forces to continue resisting for a little longer. The fight in these pockets also boosted the morale of the defenders and allowed for a brief sense of defiance even in the face of inevitable defeat. The bravery of the men who fought in the Battle of the Pockets is remembered as one of the many sacrifices made during the Philippines campaign, and it stands as a testament to their unwavering commitment to defend the Philippines.